Good day, everyone. We are starting our today's class, and it's about noun. A noun is a naming word. It can be name of person, place, animal, things, idea, or abstract. We are going to examine different types of nouns that we have, in which I state 8 different types of nouns, and each of them will be examined explicitly, and we are going to give examples. And I expect by the end of the class, you will have understood the different types of nouns we have. The first type of noun is a common noun. A common noun refers to a general name of a person, place, animal, or thing. For instance, man, country, newspaper, university, animal, phone. All these examples are examples of common nouns. Why? Because they are not specific, they are general names. For instance, if I say animal, an animal, we can have cats, we can have lion, we can have pig, we can have hen, and so on and so forth. All these animals mentioned, all these things names mentioned, the general name for them is animal. So animal is the general name. That is why you can say a common noun is general category names of things. All those names of the same categories, the general name for them is known as common name or common noun. Another example, if I say Nigeria, United Kingdom, United States of America, and so on and so forth. France, the general name for all these things mentioned is country. So country is the general name for all those ones. So any noun that is being mentioned without being specific is a common name, common noun. The second type is proper noun. A proper noun refers to a specific name of a person, place, animal, or thing. The opposite of common noun is proper noun. Once a noun is mentioned specifically, that means that noun has become proper name, which is known as a proper noun. For instance, Nigeria, University of Ibadan, The Punch, Musa, Samsung, Goats. When we are talking about common noun, it's a country. The proper noun is Nigeria. Country is being mentioned without being specific. Nigeria is being mentioned specifically. The same thing applicable to newspaper. The Punch. Newspaper is a common noun. The Punch is a proper noun. Phone is a common noun. Samsung is a proper noun. The third type is a concrete noun. A concrete noun refers to something that can be seen, touched, smelled, or heard. So our 5 senses, those ones that work with them, are known as concrete noun, especially that can be touched, that can be seen. So for instance, these are the examples I brought. They are all examples, all these examples can be seen, so that we call them concrete noun. For instance, chair, table, phone, book. Have you seen that all these examples are concrete because we can see them, we can touch them, and so on and so forth. The fourth type we mentioned is abstract noun. An abstract noun refers to idea, quality, emotions. In other words, abstract nouns are nouns that cannot be seen, that cannot be touched, they can only be felt. For instance, love, wisdom, beauty, courage, honesty. All these examples are examples of abstract because they cannot be seen. Whenever the time you see this kind of noun, just ask yourself, this thing, can I see it? Can I touch it? If I cannot see or touch it, it means that it is an abstract. Wisdom, for instance, intelligence. We cannot see intelligence. We can only see people showing the act of intelligence, but that intelligence itself cannot be seen. The same thing applicable to beauty, wisdom, love. We can only see people showing love, but we cannot see that love itself. So it means all those ones that cannot be seen, cannot be touched, that can only be felt, are known as abstract noun, and they are the opposite of concrete. While concrete can be seen or touched, abstract cannot be seen, it cannot be touched, it can only be felt. The fifth type of noun to be examined is countable noun. Countable nouns are nouns that can be counted. They usually have singular and plural forms. For instance, chair can be chairs, boy, boys, mango, mangoes. We can easily quantify them because we can see them, we can access them. So that's why we can use article with them and many other determiners like many, many boys, several phones, numbers, 4 houses, 3 cars, and so on and so forth. The sixth type is uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot normally be counted individually. Example: water, furniture, luggage, baggage, news, information, advice. All these examples are examples of uncountable noun because we cannot count them. We cannot count them basically. So once we cannot count them, so this means that we cannot use indefinite article with them and other things that we are going to examine as far as uncountable noun is concerned. Because this place is very important, questions usually come across the difference of uncountable nouns, and good thing is that the uncountable nouns, just know those ones that they usually ask and know how to deal with them. We are going to examine 3 things that have to do with uncountable noun to be able to answer any question related to uncountable nouns easily. The next type is collective noun. A collective noun refers to a group of people, animals, or things regarded as one unit. That one is totally different from plural nouns. Plural nouns refers to multiple individuals. For instance, boy, we have more than one boy, it can be boys, that is plural. We have for a student, many students, that is also plural. But all these students, maybe for instance, we have 20 students in class and we want to regard them as one. We want to regard them as one, that we use collective noun, that is, we can say a class of students, and so on and so forth. A congregation of worshippers. We have one worshipper, we have 7 worshippers. So that is plural. We multiple individuals, 7 worshippers. But all these worshippers, we want to make them to become one. That is collective noun. You can say congregation. As well as family, team. All these are examples of collective noun. Once multiple individuals are being regarded to become one, that is when we have our collective noun. So that's why I brought these examples. Players, we want to regard them as one, you can say team. Students, to become one, you can say class. Soldiers, to become one, army. Teachers, to become one, you can say staff, and so on and so forth. When in multiple individuals, they become one and function as one unit, that's when we have our collective noun. The last type to be examined is compound noun. A compound noun is a noun made up of 2 or more words functioning as one noun. Whenever the time we see 2 or more words functioning as one noun, that's when we have our compound noun. For instance, toothpaste. Tooth, one noun, paste, another noun. So it becomes one, toothpaste. Classroom, class separately, room, another noun. They come together to become one and they form classroom. Mother-in-law, this time around we have 3 different words. Mother-in-law, they become one, they become mother-in-law. Girlfriend, girl, one noun. Friend, another noun, and they become one. That's why we have our compound noun. Now that you have known how to have, and when we have our compound noun, the next thing is formation of compound nouns. How do we form the compound nouns? Basically, we have different forms of compound noun, or different ways of forming our compound nouns. Formation of compound nouns. It can be noun plus noun, as we have it in football, classroom. These are formation that are made from noun and noun, and it can be number 2, adjective plus noun. For instance, blackboard. Black is adjective and board is a noun. They become one blackboard. Highway. Number 3, verb plus noun. We can form our compound noun as well from a verb plus noun. Pickpocket, for instance, playground, washing machine. All those ones are formed from verb and noun. And lastly, we can form our compound noun from noun plus preposition plus another noun. For instance, mother-in-law, commander-in-chief. Those are the ways and the patterns that we use to form our compound noun.